Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through the stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
What's up? BigHerc916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. After watching this interview right here, man, I can honestly say that I'm proud to be an American. And I've been saying I'm proud to be an American from day one. But Donald J. Trump, the president, gangster. Trump is gangster, man. He checked Zelensky and put him in his place. I'm looking at the comments on social media and the people who are trying to say that they're embarrassed. I don't know what you're embarrassed for. You must got a dad that gets slapped around. Your papa must not stand up for you. You know, he must let the neighbors come over and take your food off the table. They given this man billions of dollars. Billions. If it wasn't for United States of America helping his country, they would have been took over by Russia. Like he said, within 72 hours, Putin would have ran through them. This has been a big game of schemes and plots behind the scenes, and they got the people over here buying into the bullshit. We're sick of it. And it's bigger than what they show on the news. A lot of these people don't even understand how the borders over there work, the NATO situation, and why it came down to what it is now, and how it's basically compromised literally our country into going into World War III over a situation that could have been solved. Over what? He said 360 billion? Come on, man. Imagine if they would have put that money here. See, everybody gets all upset and gets mad. Oh, we got to help. But they don't never get upset about our veterans here, man. The people that are boots on the ground, that are fighting down there, to allow you to have your Apple phones and your Apple CarPlay and your electric cars. You take all that for granted. But the people who are actually sacrificing them lives, the people over there who are dying, the people in those countries who are fighting for a cause, a lot of times they don't know what they're fighting for. But you're over here in your warm little bed, nestled up, texting and emailing, and you're sitting here pumping your fist up and don't have a clue. This brave man came over here and was brave man, my ass. Come on, man. This man can't even put on a suit. This man has no respect. What respect? He's coming over here talking about we owe him something? Come on, man. I'm glad that somebody grew some balls. J.D. Vance, gangster. Gangster. Checking this man, putting him in his place, and laying down the rules. You are in need of us, and you have no cards. Your cards have been played. We knew your cards a long time ago. If it wasn't for us not participating, you would have been done. And we already know what the game is. Contracts, defense contracts, mineral contracts, natural resources contracts. People are all, oh my God, they don't care about the people. They already calculated how many deaths. It's about the minerals over there and the money. And who's going to get to redevelop and who's going to get to excavate those minerals. So to sit here and act like, oh man, I'm so embarrassed. You're embarrassed. You should be embarrassed because you're a weenie. You're a weenie, and the last 4 years have been ran by weenies who have not had the best interests of the American people. It's about time we get somebody in there who is looking into government corruption, overtaxation, and the spending of U.S. taxpayer dollars in countries and situations that are basically exploitive. I don't even understand how people are so upset about government corruption being exposed or government spending being exposed. Who would be upset about looking into the IRS or the fact that they feel like tax money's been spent misappropriated or being spent on things that weren't beneficial to what the people thought they were being spent on? Who would be upset about that? Do you even see the argument? When you see these people and they're like, oh my God, they're looking at, why aren't they being looked into? When you talk about the people who are running the government, that what is it? The top 50 or 40 something people are worth $4 or $5 billion, and you're a government employee. How does that work? And you're down here, trying to price out how much you're gonna spend on eggs, bread, and putting gas in your car, but you're mad because these people are exposing. Come on, man. They still got you over here running around playing checkers, man. Chasing your tail, arguing about this and that, and calling him a racist and all this dumb shit. That's the smoke screen. Why you're over here chasing that, they're over here getting big bread. Money's being, bro, if you really understood how much money these people are making, how much money is unaccounted for, and who's getting these checks. And the thing is, you thinking, well, man, I would have loved to have gotten. Well, you can't get it because you're not in. They're signing off on this stuff, and it's one of their friends, and everybody's eating, but you. These people are all eating. Zelensky, this person over here in Afghanistan, these terrorists over here in Sudan. Everybody's eating, but the American people. They don't really need our money to run the government. They don't need our tax. They make plenty of money off of railroads, highway tax, trucking, off of all this commercial stuff. They make plenty of money to run the government. The great lie is that your tax dollars actually funds anything in the government. The tax dollars are meant to keep you in poverty, to keep you where you never have a damn savings. You can't ever get out. Do you ever wonder why you work so hard but you never get ahead? Why you work overtime and you put your money in 401ks and then you come to find out it went down because of the stock market and this and that, and you still in your retirement got to get a part-time job? Are you cool with that? Come on, man. Let your nuts hang, President Trump. Check these fools across the world, man, to let them know America ain't no suckers, man. Because we've been getting played like some suckers, and the people with the propaganda of mainstream media have been buying the lies. These people, they know what they're doing, man. This has been a big piggy bank. You see, a lot of you guys don't know how the Federal Reserve works. You don't know that money's just being printed out of thin air. You don't understand how compound banking works. You don't understand how what's really going on, and how a lot of this is nothing but acquiring property with non-substance. It ain't like they're trading gold. But what they do is when we want it back in gold or substance or land, we're going to give you all this though. Come on, man. You see, you talk and oh my God, you drink your wine and you get all excited, but you don't know nothing about the Emergency Banking Act. You don't know nothing about the Emergency War Powers Act. You probably don't know nothing about the Bill of Rights. You probably never read the Constitution. You probably don't know anything about silent weapons for quiet wars. You probably haven't really even looked into foreign policy and the economic hitman, what that entails, going to these countries and creating a situation where this country's indebted and now they're owed, and how you're talking about acquiring other countries in order to gather more resources, in order to have political influence. A lot of you guys just talk. You don't do no reading. You ain't done no research because you're living a life. But you sure do when somebody says somebody's racist, or somebody doesn't like this sex, or somebody uses the wrong pronoun. You get all excited about that, but you don't get excited when you have people coming back from the military who don't have medical, veterans that are killing themselves, borders being out of control, and fentanyl, and your kids running around and they don't have any sense because they're caught up in all this stuff going on with the pills and these different apps on their phone and all. You don't get excited about that. You don't want to have any accountability for your home life, but you sure want to get out here and get all excited and in your feelings when you see that we have what appears to be some efficiency going on in the government, and at least somebody's looking into some things. And I'm not saying all roads don't lead to the same end game. One might take longer than the other. But at the same time, if you can peep game, you can make more conscious decisions and realize that when they're feeding us this bullshit, there's something over there they're trying to acquire. When you think about what you've been through in the last 4 years and what $100 billion could have did for your community, what it could have did for trades at the schools in your community, what it could have did for the homeless in your community, with job training, all these different things, roads, infrastructure. When you think about all that and the amount of money that could have been $100 billion, imagine if you put that into the 50 states and the most impoverished cities in those states and into the education in those states and how that could have improved our economy. It's America first, man. You don't like it? Leave. America first. BigHerc916. Subscribe, share the channel, represent. Hey, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, keep representing, man. Keep checking these suckers, man. Never settle for average. Go to BigHerc916.com to pick up a limited edition GTA poster signed by me for $10, or with your purchase of a Wig Splitter Porsche t-shirt, I'll throw in a free poster signed by me for you.